What's going on, everybody? This is the Kid, DC Wrestling, back at it again with another video. This is obviously my AEW Double or Nothing 2021 review. The show just went off the air a few seconds ago. And I gotta say, for a show, this was a really, really good show. Like, the crowd was just electric. Having the crowd back in full capacity, just goes to show you how important wrestling fans are. No matter what company, no matter what type of wrestling it is, it just again goes to show you how important, how special wrestling fans are a part of the show. So we're not going to waste any time. We're going to get into it. We had the first match of the night, Hangman Adam Page defeating Brian Cage in what was a really good opener for the pay-per-view. I thought that this pay-per-view really kicked off with this match. And again, Hangman Adam Page getting the win here was a really good decision, obviously, because like I said, you got to build with Hangman Page, and him getting over the win over Brian Cage was really good. As far as Brian Cage goes, I think with Brian Cage, he's going to be turning face soon. It just feels like they're going that route. They teased it, and I still feel like it's going to happen eventually. I don't know when, but who knows? It might happen this summer. So we're just going to have to wait and see, especially with Ricky Starks unfortunately out with an injury. The next match, we had a tag team match playa. It was for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. The Young Bucks defeating John Moxie and Eddie Kingston. My God, was this a great match, man. Like, this was a great tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. And honestly, man, originally, with the way the show was going, this felt like the match of the night. It wasn't the match of the night for me, but this was one of the matches that was really good on this show. And going into it on paper, it already looked good on paper. So I'm not surprised this wasn't a great match. So Young Bucks getting the win here. Kind of shocked to see the Young Bucks get the win here. I thought that Moxie and Kingston might win the titles simply because they've just been doing a great job. It's like they just look so good together and they would look good as champs. But then again, word on the street going around that Moxley, his kid's about to be born, so apparently I guess he's gonna have some time off to, have his child and be a good father. But as far as this match goes, this is a really good match, so I got no problems with this match. The only real problem I have with this match, and this is a nitpick, is that most of the match, the Young Bucks were in the match together. I mean, not only do you have Nick, showing off his beard, but the Young Bucks, like, they were in this match together, and the referee was allowing it, and it's like, if you saw this somewhere else, the match would have been over by DQ. So it's like, yeah, small little nitpick, but as far as the match goes, I thought the match was great. So we had the Casino Battle Royale for a future AEW World Championship match, and this was a great match, Battle Royale to say the least. We did see who was the Joker, and it was none other than the man of the hour himself, Lio Rush. And this was shocking because, again, this wasn't reported or anything like that. Nobody never expected Lio Rush or predicted Lio Rush was going to show up here tonight. But at the same time, Leo's debut, and I'm a fan of Lio, like, I like what he does, but at the end of the day, this debut for Lio kind of felt a little bit underwhelming. Like, when he tried to do that spot with Matt at first, it just seemed off a little bit. It was just like, ugh. I mean, it wasn't as bad as Matt Seidel's debut, because poor Matt, But, as far as tonight, Jungle Boy getting the win was shocking. Because I predicted Christian Cage to get the win here. But hey, Jungle Boy, like I said, man, AEW, that's a guy that AEW is going to invest for years to come, man. Like, he's going to be a top star in AEW. And he's actually going to be facing Kenny Omega in 2 weeks on AEW Dynamite. So that's going to be a really great match between those two guys. So the next match, Cody defeating Anthony Ogogo, which means that Cody Rhodes had finally ended racism in America. Thank you for Cody Rhodes. You are truly the American dream. Now, as far as this match goes, I thought this matchup was probably, in my opinion, the least favorable match on this card. It wasn't a bad match, don't get me wrong, but it was meh, to be quite honest with you. Like, it would have been cool to see Anthony Ogogo get the win here, but honestly, Cody, especially being Memorial Day weekend, Well, it literally is Memorial Day, but they get the win to Cody, so Cody gets the win here. So the next match was for the AEW TNT Championship. Miro defeating Lance Archer. Obviously, in the predictions, I thought Lance might win, but it's good to see Miro win. Obviously, because Miro just won the title like not too long ago. And I actually liked how they did this. This was a good match also, but I liked how they had Lance. He didn't tap. He didn't, like, he got knocked out. So it protects Lance a little bit. So the next match was for the AEW Women's World Championship. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, defeating Hikaru Shida. This was a pretty good match. At times, it felt sloppy. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm just keeping it real with you. It felt sloppy at times, but at the end of the day, this was a pretty good matchup. And at the end, the near falls kind of was like kind of stupid, but like Shida kicking out of the curb stomp and the hit with the title, like. But anyways, despite all that, again, we have a new AEW Women's World Champion in Dr. Britt Baker. And you know what, man? Shida, I really loved how the crowd was thanking her after the match because Shida had a great reign, man. She had a great reign as champ, carried the title throughout the pandemic. We got to give appreciation to Shida. But we have a new champion in Dr. Britt Baker. This is going to be a really great reign. I love the moment that she had with Tony at the end. That was like really wholesome. So I'm really glad that DMD got the win here. We had a really good tag team match playa with Sting and Darby defeating Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. Like, if there was any doubt heading into this match, and I will admit I was just a little bit concerned, like, is Sting going to be okay? Like, this is Sting's first match in an actual ring since Night of Champions with his match against Rollins. Is Sting going to be okay? But seeing how Sting was tonight, all that's out the window now. Sting looked amazing tonight. It's like he never skipped a beat. And having him and Darby get the win here was really cool. My God, that spot where Ethan was just threw Darby into the crowd, man, that was insane. Like, that was effing insane. So, nonetheless, this was a great tag team match playa. So far, AEW's done a good job with Sting. This is what I would do with Sting. You don't have to have Sting wrestle every week. I would have Sting wrestle every once in a while. That way you can keep the mystique that is Sting with him. But nonetheless, this was a really great tag team match. And now we have a little three-way dance for the AEW World Championship. Kenny Omega defeating Orange Cassidy and Pac. This was a really good three-way dance, I should say. Well, triple threat, either way. This is a really great match. This was easily match of the night. Kenny Omega, man, my God. At times, it seemed like he was gonna lose, and it seemed like Orange was gonna win or Pac was gonna win. So I'm really glad that they kind of gave you that thought that Kenny wasn't gonna win, and then you had Don screwing up everything. But nonetheless, Kenny Omega retains his triple threat in what was a great, not great, but amazing triple threat match for the AEW World Championship. And like I said, man, Kenny and Jungle Boy in 2 weeks. Woo, that's gonna be a barber. That's gonna be a great match for the AEW World Championship. Now the main event, the Stadium Stampede match, the Pinnacle versus the Inner Circle. So I was seeing a lot of people commenting on this match on Twitter. A lot of people were actually, a lot of people were saying it wasn't as good as the first year. Obviously, the first year was over the top entertaining. This year, it really felt watered down a bit, and I can see why they would say that. Like, I mean, nothing really, I wouldn't say nothing special happened in this match. We saw Conan, which was really cool to see Conan, but, you know, it felt like they could have done more, like Jake did that spot with Hager. We never saw those guys again. And then, you know, Jericho and MJF, but for what it was worth, it was good. It wasn't bad, but, you know, maybe it could have been a little bit better. But at the end of the day, Pinnacle gets the win. Inner Circle gets the win. My apologies. Again, pretty good match, to say the least, I guess. I don't know if it was good as Stadium Stampede match from last year. I'll let you guys decide that in the comment section. But as far as this event goes, this was a really good event. And this was a really good event. So that has been my AEW Double or Nothing review. I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe, like, comment. This has been the Kid DC Wrestling. And so, yeah.